So of course, anybody that looks similar to him, he's closer to God. He's looked up to. He's more godly. This is this self-hate in black children, and this superiority in white children. This is what they learn. In white, I'm closer to God if I'm white. Of course, God is white and I'm closer to him because he chose me to look more like him. So God didn't love me as much because I'm black, So, these are, this is part of the doctrine of Christianity, whether you like it or not. And this pushes this racism. This pushes this self-hate. So in the Americas, the Christians, they brought two things, like I said. They did two things. They killed and they had slaves. And in the killing, there's raping too. So the people that they raped and killed and conquered, their children that look closer to them, where they are today. They were left in charge. They were left in charge of that country. They were left in charge on the higher end. Whereas the slaves that they brought, in most of these countries that you go to, they tend to be people of the descendant of slaves. The most of people who are suffering in that economy, they tend to be the slaves, and the people who are higher up in the economy or higher up in the system and in that country tend to be those closest to who look like them. The people that they have more color because they either raped or they intermarried. So this is, in essence, how I see Christianity. This is how I look at Christianity. This is how I look at the effects of racism, the core of racism right here. And when you go to these countries, it just hit me. It just hit me because I'm going to these different places and I see the same thing. I see the people who are higher up in the higher up in their country, who got the best jobs, are people closer to the ones that they conquered. The people who, especially in Dominican Republic, the people who they praise the most, who they look up to the most, are the people that conquered them. So going back to the Christian of today, they come to your house, they knock on your door, very respectful, very peaceful, and they want to teach you about Christianity. This country in Dominican Republic had Christianity that's the major religion of the country. This is considered a Christian country. But when you look at all the problems, and they had Christianity, this was the major religion, a Christian country. They had this religion in this country for like 500 years. And when you see all the problems, all the corruption, right? Why are you still knocking on the door? Everybody knows about Jesus. It's a Christian country. It's not something new. You're not gonna come on and knock on the door and give me a pamphlet, right? And I'm like, oh, who's this? Jesus? Oh, I've never heard of him. What is he about? Let me look into this. This is just repetitive. It's almost like, the definition of an idiot or someone who's insane, I believe insane, madness, is repeating doing something that has not worked. So if Christianity has failed morally, if the purpose of Christianity is to improve morally, improve to save your people morally, and it has not been the case for 500 years, and you continuously come in knocking on doors, something's wrong. Something hasn't worked. That's insane. That's the actual definition of a mad person. To continuously do something without doing the same thing without getting the same response, thinking that you're going to get a different response or a different outcome. So, let me know what you think.